Hello everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the Brando Critic, and yes, we are in a different location today because it is currently 34 degrees Celsius out. I do not know what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry for you Americans. And when I'm going through my Kingsman The Golden Circle review, I filmed it before and I had just no energy on camera. So I decided, new location, a cooler room, and I'm gonna try to refilm my review for Kingsman The Golden Circle. So when people ask me about the Kingsman movies, which one do you prefer? I will always say The Secret Service because, again, like I said in my first review, that was one of the most memorable and just amazing theater experiences I've ever had, ever. So when people ask me, you know, what do I think is the best Kingsman movie out of the two, I'll always say the first one because I had no idea what to expect and I left the theater completely satisfied. My jaw was on the floor, and if you've seen my first review, I go in depth about how just shocked I was and how much fun I had at the theater. However, with The Golden Circle, it's more of the same. I loved the first one, so naturally I'm gonna love the second one. It falls flat because we know what to expect. We've seen the first movie, we know what we're getting with the second movie, and it doesn't bring anything new to the table, it just brings us what we love. And hey, that's a good thing, and if you watch them both back to back, you're gonna have a great experience, but the first one gave you that awe factor and that shock value because you've never seen anything like it before. Unfortunately, The Golden Circle doesn't live up to that and doesn't give us anything new, but I still love this movie because it reminds me of why I love going to the movies in the first place. Now, I love a lot of different genres: action, comedy, fantasy, sci-fi, drama, thriller, whatever. However, the one feeling I love to feel when I leave the theater is just a sense of euphoria and thinking just, wow, that was awesome. And The Golden Circle gives me that. And the moment where I knew that I was gonna love this film just as much as the first one, I didn't know if I was gonna love it more, but one of the first action sequences is to one of my favorite songs of all time, Let's Go Crazy by Prince. Now, if you guys haven't heard the song, I recommend you listen to the whole album. Don't watch the movie because I'll talk about that another day, but Prince's Purple Rain album, the first song, Let's Go Crazy, mixed in with Matthew Vaughn's directing, especially with action sequences, they fit so well. And for that movie to start like that, I was thinking, I even talked to my buddy who was sitting right beside me, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna love this movie. I just know it. And I did. This one was just as entertaining, just as action-packed, and just as fun. And it was fun seeing the new kind of take on the Statesman, seeing the Kingsman work with Channing Tatum, Halle Berry, Jeff Bridges, and all that team. And it's a fun dynamic. And it's also fun to see Julianne Moore as the villain with this kind of retro 1950s golden age of America type vibe where she's like, "Welcome, Kingsman. Would you like to take a look around my secret lair?" It's just a shame that she's not as fun as Valentine from the first movie. And I apologize for me doing that terrible Julianne Moore impression from this movie, but you know what? It's a different take, and it's a fun take, and it fits this type of just weird humor that the Kingsman movies give us. However, this film did give us some questionable decisions where I thought, is that really necessary? Or I just wish that they would have tweaked that a little bit. And again, it doesn't deteriorate from the movie-going experience, but in terms of just technical, looking through it from a story perspective and going through and dissecting it, I'm thinking, you know, we could have done without that, or we could have done more of this. And it suffers from the G.I. Joe retaliation. I don't even remember the movie, but I remember the movie did this, where it just didn't use Channing Tatum very much. And that's the one thing I did not like about this movie, was that it showcases Channing Tatum as this like badass statesman agent, and then he's just kind of out of commission for the whole movie. Then there's some other characters that get almost no screen time in the movie, and then there's some characters who I believe got more screen time than they deserved. And again, it was just a little bit uneven in terms of screen time, where I just wish that they shared the wealth a little bit more and they could have focused on different characters. But again, it wasn't really terrible. I wasn't thinking like, oh god, this character's on screen again, just get him off, get him off. It wasn't like that at all. This film has great characters, the same great characters from the first movie, with great, amazing action. There's still amazing soundtrack and score. It's just that I wish I would have seen some different wealth of screen time between actors. But I can put all that aside because this movie has the it factor. And for me, it's just that, you know, I can look at the story and I can think like, okay, there's some decisions that you know, I wish they could have done differently, or I wish that they did something, you know, they did more of this or they did less of this, but whenever I hear that Kingsman score, and after watching this movie, I just wanted to say just, like, where's the third Kingsman movie? I want to keep watching these, and I was sad that it was over. And judging the fact that a lot of people don't like this movie, and a lot of people didn't go to see it, and this movie did not make the money it was the studio was hoping for, I don't think we're gonna get a Kingsman 3, but please, 20th Century Fox, I think it's 20th Century Fox, please make a Kingsman 3. I will go see it opening weekend, because Kingsman: The Secret Service is a 5 out of 5 movie, and Kingsman: The Golden Circle, to me, is a 5 out of 5 movie. And I understand that it's not as good as the first one, but I still love it. And I can still give it a 5 out of 5. And I recommend these two movies for people who love James Bond, who love action movies, and who love having fun. Anyways guys, tell me in the comment section, do you prefer Kingsman: The Secret Service or Kingsman: The Golden Circle? And if they make a Kingsman 3, will you go see it? And if you're new and want to see more, definitely hit like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.